Minister, my time is short, so as you know, I like to use the time just to put questions directly to yourself, and I want to start by acknowledging and welcoming the fact that half the adult population will have received the first dose of a vaccine by the end of this weekend, which is good news. Can I ask, Minister, there was a government target of 80% of the adult population having received their first dose by the end of June. Is that target going to be achieved and met? And second of all, what's the target for ensuring that 80% of the adult population will have received their second dose of the vaccine?
Thank you very much, Deputy. With regard to the government target, as you will be aware, I have said consistently that our target is getting the vaccines out as quickly as they arrive. The latest data I have shows that over 96% of the vaccines are being administered within 7 days of arriving in the country. I think the question, the way I would frame your question is sufficient supply going to have arrived here by the end of June to have reached 80% with dose one? It is unclear if that is the case. So I'm just off the phone to the task force this morning to be able to provide the most up-to-date information. And there are serious concerns in terms of the supply of the Janssen vaccine. I can give you the exact details, but we've been provided with a best and a worst case scenario. We were due to receive in excess of 600,000 vaccines to the end of June. The worst case scenario would have it very, very significantly less than that. Even the best case scenario I've been given, unfortunately, is considerably less than that. There are questions around AstraZeneca. We don't have the exact numbers. Moderna, there is a slight adjustment, but Moderna, it looks to be coming in on time. Pfizer, there's been a slight adjustment, but Pfizer assures that by the end of June, we will have the contracted amount. So in short, Deputy, it looks like we're going to get a significant under-delivery on Janssen, and there are question marks as to what's going to come in from AstraZeneca.
And can I just say, Minister, I acknowledge that it is good news that at the end of this weekend, 50% of the adult population will have received its first dose. The government target was very clear, and it was repeated time and again by the Taoiseach and the Taoiseach that 80% of the adult population would have received its first dose by the end of next month, by the end of June. So here we go again with more problems on the supply side. So can you outline to the House why it is the case that we're now seeing difficulties with the Janssen supply and also ongoing problems with the AstraZeneca supply as well? So you're saying that there's a best guess at this point and there's a best and a worst case scenario. Can you explain to us what that means in real terms, and also what's the reasoning behind it? What is Janssen saying? What excuses are they giving as to why the targets that were agreed are not being met?
Thank you, Deputy. Yes, absolutely. Let me give you the latest numbers that I got just this morning. But just on the target, can I just make the point that we've had this conversation, you, me, and the others in this chamber, week after week after week for months and months and months. And the Oireachtas has quite rightly said we want the forecasts. And we have tried to provide the forecast, but always, as we'll be aware, with a heavy caveat that the government target is to get them out the door. And that if they arrived, then this is the amount of people who would be seen. So I would ask that spirit is still honoured now, because that's how we've always operated. So yes, with regards to Janssen, the issue involves manufacture in the US, and we and the EMA are waiting for a decision from the FDA on a manufacturing plant in the US which manufactures Janssen. The EMA is waiting on it. We've been waiting for quite some time. The issue has been live for quite some time now. If the FDA approves, the EMA then need to make a decision, and that will inform best and worst case scenario. But just to give you some specifics, as of this morning, we are contracted to receive approximately in and around 600,000. I'll get you the exact numbers. The best case we currently have now for June, we were expecting, contracted to receive about 470,000 doses of Janssen. The best case I have as of this morning is that we would receive about half of that. So that would be about 235,000 doses.
Thank you, Minister. I just want to leave in time for
finish on this. And the worst case, which the Deputy was looking for as well, believe it or not, Deputy, could be as low as around 60,000 in June.